Don't friggin' scare me like that. Thought there was a
Oh,
ghost.
I had to spray Febreze.
Open can.
And go
Oh my God! There's a fucking ghost! There's a ghost in my house. I got sneezing and I got ghost trash cans and it's fucking crazy. All right, so chat. Here we go. First things first is first you need the new codexes, right? First, we're going to 9th edition, right? So you need the 9th edition core rulebook. There you go. Core rules. All right. My main armies that I will be playing is, well, I'm going to play a lot of armies because I'm recapturing my childhood, okay? So obviously for like military and tanks and just fucking rolling out as an army, that is going to be the Imperial Guard. You see it says right here, Imperial Guard. That's how you spell Imperial Guard. I don't know what anybody else sees, but what I see is I see an army called the Imperial Guard. I don't know what this shit is, but this is the Imperial Guard. And the Imperial Guard just roll out with tons and tons of tanks. And I have those tanks right over there. Right? So we got plenty of tanks, and that's going to be the, one way that we're going to roll out as an army, and you guys can participate and see yourself die and stuff. It's going to be great. But that's not what we're building today. Blood Angels. Well, I already have the Blood Angels army. This is 8th edition, and now we just have to wait for the new Blood Angels Codex to come out for 9th edition. Now, Games Workshop has said that the Blood Angels Codex is coming this year. I don't know how they're doing it. They're releasing so much stuff this year, which is fucking awesome, because this year has sucked. I also play Thousand Suns because they're the coolest Chaos and faction. Because Slaanesh sucks and Khorne is awesome, but he's too obvious for me, and Nurgle is, I don't know, gross. It could be argued that Slaanesh is the best, or Tzeentch is quite simply the coolest and best. And plus, the Thousand Suns are one of the only armies that has their Primarch. Their Primarch is essentially sort of like their badass general leader, fucking god kind of thing, right? Because all the Space Marines are basically sons of their Primarch. And then I also got Chaos Space Marine book because I played Thousand Suns, so I wanted to know what is in here. But again, we're not playing any of those right now. We're focusing, and here's Joe's Necrons. Joe's going to be playing Necrons and Mexican Marines, Space Marines, or Mariachi Marines. But for his Necrons, I'm blown away by what GW has done with the Necrons. They're bringing basically the Emperor of the Necrons. He's in this book, and you can put him on the battlefield. So basically, the Silent King, the leader of the Necrons, is going to be on the board. In addition to that, as if that wasn't enough already, as if that wasn't ridiculously powerful enough, they have what's called the C'tan, I think, which are these Old One race that kind of tricked the Necrons, but now the Necrons have enslaved them. And so they're like some of the most powerful units in the game. So I've basically stacked the deck in Joe's favor because I want Joe to enjoy the game. You know what I mean? So I tried to give him the most powerful army and the coolest, lore and army if he cares. He might not even care. It might be wasted on him. I don't know. We'll see. Because Joe was one of our only friends when we were children that didn't play Warhammer with us. Not really because he didn't want to, but just, he just never got into it. All right, but again, that's not what we're doing. What we're doing today is we're making the Angry Army custom Space Marine chapter. So in 9th edition, they've decided to put all of the Space Marine chapters into this book. So if you want to play Space Marines, you get this book, you're good to go. Now, they will still release eventual supplements like the Blood Angels to make them even more distinct and give them even more unique units. But you don't need to do that. You just need to get the Space Marine book. So I've got the Space Marine book now. Let's open it up and see what we're going to do here, because you can make your own chapter, which is what we're going to do now. So creation of a Space Marine here. Some great lore. 1,000 chapters. Chapter organization, chapter planets. Basically, you know, after the Horus Heresy, it was decreed that the Space Marines would be organized in a certain way by Gilliam. So you have your chapter command, and in the game, they've got chapter masters. So obviously, this is going to be me. I'm going to be our chapter master. Okay? So, and then we're organized. And then your chapter is organized into companies. First company, that's where they have the veterans, the Terminators. And then you've got the battle companies. These are you guys. You guys are going to have some badass weapons to use. We're going to fucking throw you up on the battlefield. And you are going to deal out incredible vengeance and power in the name of the Emperor and your chapter master, Angry Joe. Now, there's reserve companies, which is going to include some of our scouts, and it's going to have a lot of our support and tanks, and things like that. There's the scout company. Reclesium. This is basically, you know, Godfoot, who's with me here. He might be one of these chaplains. And I can read about these guys. They're fucking sweet. Let's see here. The Reclesium is a place of immense cultural and spiritual significance to a Space Marine chapter. This central shrine is a primary place where prayer and worship is conducted through. Most chapter fleet vessels have their own cathedrals and chapels for those Space Marines on campaign. In the Reclesium, the chapter's chaplains, led by the Master of Sanctity, conduct meditations and perform ceremonies of indoctrination, vindication, and inauguration. To Space Marine, these are no less vital to their purpose as warriors than their skill at arms and maintenance of their battle gear. From the moment of his induction to the day of his death, a Space Marine will interact with a chaplain on a daily basis. As an aspirant, a neophyte, his spiritual and cultural training will be conducted by the chaplaincy. As a full-fledged battle brother, he will be led in prayer and will fight alongside his company's chaplain, a most respected warrior, advisor, and officer who accompanies his charges into the hell of battle again and again with inspiring, zealous fury. Does that sound like you, Godfoot?
Sounds pretty good.
All right.
I'll wear my
So I
priest
was thinking
robes.
Godfoot could potentially be the chaplain, maybe Joe, because we don't know where Joe lies. That sounds like Joe too. Here is the apothecarian, and I was thinking maybe Joe could be the apothecarian because, like, Joe likes to support us. He likes to make jokes. He likes to, like, you know, cheer us up and just be the support for our angry army, right? Everybody likes Joe. Everybody likes and needs a medic. But Joe might be like, well, that's lame. I don't want to be a fucking medic because, you know, medics are fucking lame. Unless you're into it, and then I need to find who's into it so that they can be the medic. Alex is quite clearly going to be our librarian. Because Alex is just this immense wealth of knowledge. Alex knows everything. He knows a little bit about everything. Cooking, he's a chef. He's fucking good with technology. He's just a good fucking guy to have around, like a handy dude. And so the ones who have the most knowledge are going to be your librarians in the Space Marine chapter. In addition, which is an extra for Alex to make it more interesting, is he'll have psyker powers. And that will make him more willing to be like, okay, I'm a badass. I like this. Then there's the Armory, which are led by the Tech Marines, and these are the guys that keep the tanks and the bikes and the grav vehicles operational, and they're kind of a little bit of outcasts because they actually they'll take a Space Marine, they'll send him to the Adepticus Mechanicus, and they'll kind of indoctrinate him and teach him in the ways of the Machine God, and then he comes back to the Space Marine chapter. And so sometimes the Space Marine brothers kind of distrust a little bit of the Tech Marine, but nobody can question how effective and how powerful they are on the battlefield, and have them in the army to keep your army running at full efficiency. So I was thinking maybe this could be Del. Del knows a lot about tech, and he's always knowing about fucking min-maxing things, and he's really good at video games, and so I think that translates into like a Del type character. But who knows? Maybe Del's like Tech Marine, I don't like them. They're stupid. But if we give him a beard and put his head on there, I think that would work. What do you think?
I mean, Del thought a beard's kind of impossible, so.
I know.
Yeah.
So here are some of the different tanks. You got a Land Raider, you got your Grav tank, look like a Gladiator over here, and cool stuff. Is Del still going to play with us? No, here's the thing, is Del doesn't need to play. Even if Del doesn't want him to play, Del could be there in spirit, because Del can't play. Like, it's a one-on-one game. I mean, if he wants to make his own army, that's fine. He can definitely come over and play. But I mean, these are just models in my army. And because it represents the whole of the Angry Army, I just wanted a character for each important person. So that's what I was thinking there. All right, so here's the chapters that we have to choose between. So you tell me, chat, which one you like. So you got the Ultramarines, the Sons of Guilliman. They are one of the only Space Marine factions, one of very few, that have their Primaris back. So one of their sort of the Emperor's children that are very, very powerful, godlike beings that can dominate the battlefield. The thing is, I'm the chapter master. I'm not gonna fucking play with Guilliman if we got, Lord Commander Angry Joe. So I don't know if we need a Space Marine chapter that has a Primar. And what is that? What is this? What is this? Is this fucking blue? Is that what I'm seeing? Blue? No, we don't need blue. I'm just kidding. So Ultramarines. The Ultramarines epitomize what it means to be Adeptus Astartes. They are beacons of nobility, honor, and discipline in a galaxy riven by darkness and disorder. No chapter holds the Codex Astartes in such hallowed regard as they, and they have utilized its tenets and strategies to achieve glorious victories over 10,000 years. Here are some of the color schemes of the Ultramarines. So you don't actually have to be blue. You can be a successor chapter. Like Genesis chapter looks like something that we would maybe paint our guys red and black. So I'm really going to be focusing on the red and black.
It's a good color combo.
And here's the next one called the Imperial Fists. The Sons of Dorn. The Imperial Fists have stood as steadfast defenders of the Imperium since the Great Crusade. Strong of mind and spirit, they are the Emperor's shield, indomitable and unbreakable. Their stubbornness in the face of any enemy and their determination to hold no matter what the cost is matched only by their zealous efforts to see their gene sire's dreams for the Imperium made real. So the Imperial Fists are yellow. They're very defensive-minded. The Blood Angels. The Sons of Sanguinius. This one, their Primarch died, and he was probably actually the greatest of all of the Emperor's children. The son that was the most favored, the most skilled at battle. Unfortunately, he's dead. He died in the Horus Heresy protecting the Emperor. And if not for Sanguinius, the Emperor probably would have died and lost to Horus, who betrayed him. Because it was Sanguinius that actually made a chink in the armor of the Emperor. And that was, or not the Emperor, but Horus. And the Emperor was able to drive through his sword into that weak spot that Sanguinius had made in his dying throne. So, Replacedent in their chapters Gleaming Red, the Blood Angels have fought for the Emperor since the very first founding. They are amongst the most noble Space Marine chapters, seeking to always protect the weak and vulnerable. Yet this deep sense of integrity and honor is besmirched by a hideous curse they conceal from all outsiders and ever strive to resist. Basically what that is the the Blood Rage, or I forget exactly, it's like the Black Rage. And they just fly into these frenzies and they cannot control themselves in battle. And when you lose all faculties, you become this ravenous just creature begging for blood in battle. And then you get put into the Death Company, which are they're all clad in black and skulls and red, and they go on like suicide missions, but they're so fucking good that they don't die because they're like so good at what they do. But eventually they will die. So that's Blood Angels. White Scars, the Sons of Warhawk. The roaring, furious engines, deep rumbles of thundering armored transports, screaming of heavy jump packs at full born. The ferocious Korchin war cries herald the devastating assault of the White Scars. Formidable hunters drawn from fierce tribesmen, the White Scars smash through their foes like the tip of a spear through the flank of prey. So the White Scars basically are sort of, I would say, the kind of the Mongolian Space Marines. You think of like horse archers, fast attack troops. They have a little bit of Asian kind of flavor to them, maybe a that kind of thing, and they're pretty good. Okay, next one is the Dark Angels. Now the Dark Angels also have a dark secret that they're hiding, similar to the Blood Angels. The Sons of the Lion. The Dark Angels were the first Legion. So they were the very, very first chapter. No other Space Marine Brotherhood have served the Emperor for as long as they have. Staunch defenders of mankind, they are merciless in the attack and the stubborn in their defense. They are also shrouded in mystery. However, they have secrets so shameful they are kept even from their own numbers. Now, what is the secret of the Dark Angels? Well, most people already know that some of them are traitors, and they were amongst the first to fall and to betray the Emperor. And so they're on this never-ending crusade to purge themselves of the traitorous background and past. Lies on lies! Beelzebub. All right, and then Raven Guard. I think these are relatively new. These guys are like they're kind of like the emo faction when emo and kind of got cool for a little bit. Emo, I'd say you should see their leader. He's got like that haircut that Joe has right now, but a little more extreme. So Raven Guard. The Sons of Corax. Yeah, Corax is his name. Masters of the clandestine warfare and the art of the shadowed blade. When the Raven Guard engage in open warfare, it is already too late for their enemies. The bloody conclusion to a campaign of sabotage, guerrilla tactics, and targeted strikes is a peerless coordination of assets by which the Raven Guard apply exactly the right amount of power to utterly destroy their foe. And if I'm not right, the Raven Guard are the ones that have these exclusive units called the Raven Wing. And the Raven Wing, they look like Polish hussars. You know, they have those like tall wings coming off of the back of their bikes. So they're almost similar to the White Scars, but just in a more moody, emo kind of anime way. The Raven Wing is Dark Angels? My bad. Okay. See, that confused me. I'm still relatively, you know, getting accustomed to the lore. Why do they call the Raven Guard and the Dark Angels have the Raven Wing? What the fuck? Whatever. All right. Well, then forget what I just said. But here's what I love most about the Raven Guard. I really like this color scheme. This is who I think will be painted most like. Now, I have some painting ideas, and I was going to show you some examples. But I think that I like the black, but I want, instead of red eyes, I want green eyes. Those glow a little cooler. And we'll keep the red on our shoulder, but we'll probably do both shoulder pads having the red. I just think that green eyes would accentuate, you know, some of that. And then instead of white, we'll go like gold. And then I will put more red accents, like red on the backpack. So basically, I think our Angry Army chapter will look most like the Raven Guard, but they may not function like the Raven Guard.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, and that's it. So those were the chapters. Oh, no, that's not it. Don't forget about the Space Wolves, the Sons of Russ, Leman Russ, which those tanks are named for in the Imperial Guard. With the fury of the winter storm and the savagery of apex predators, the Space Wolves tear apart humanity's foes with instinctive aggression. The chapter is a brotherhood of heroes, hungry for glory and dedicated to defending the Imperium. Seeking to forge their saga of honor, Space Wolves eagerly face down the most powerful enemies with ferocious snarls. So the thing about the Space Wolves is I look at them as kind of like space Vikings. In fact, they're so savage that some of their Marines eventually devolve into werewolf. I think they call them Wolven. And so they're fucking crazy. And I agree, Marcus Beast. Since I'm a Thousand Sons player, fuck these Space Wolves. And you'll have to look into why. Space Wolves and Thousand Sons hate each other. Okay, next is called the Salamanders. These guys burn everything. They love to burn shit. Forged in the crucible of war, the Salamanders are flame bearers and warrior craftsmen who hail from the volcanic death world of Nocturne. This brotherhood of onyx-skinned guardians have fought stoically, because they're all like black and charred because of their volcanic world, has fought stoically to defend the Imperium for 10 millennia, wielding master-wrought weapons to hammer the foe into oblivion. So if you love, you know, flamers and fucking burning people, this is going to be the faction for you. Now, currently, the meta favors Iron Hands. It's like everybody, you know, if a Space Marine chapter rolls up on you and it's in a tournament, it's more likely going to be the Iron Hands. And that's because I think the chapter bonuses that they gave these guys are amongst the most powerful in the game. And we'll need to choose that amongst those here in a second. So I'll tell you all the chapter bonuses of all of these chapters. But people kind of roll their eyes when you roll up with Iron Hands, because, yeah, here we go. So, the Sons of Ferrus Manus, adherents to cold logic, intolerant of weakness, and utterly without mercy, the Iron Hands are implacable warriors whose resolve is an unflinching as solid as adamantine. They are relentless defenders of the Imperium who seek to replace the weakness of flesh with the undying strength of the machine to attain perfection. So these guys like to basically replace their body parts with robotic shit. They're kind of close to Tech Marines and Adaptus Mechanicus. Then there's the Death Watch. This is more like a collection of veteran Marines than their own faction, but they kind of are their own faction. What's cool about them is all their bolters use specialized ammunition types, so you can like choose what you're firing every time you fire. So basically like Judge Dredd. The slayers of the alien horde, and their job is to go and kill the fucking aliens. It is the task of the Death Watch to defend the Imperium from the ravages of the Xenos, countless species of which threaten mankind in every corner of the galaxy. For thousands of years, Death Watch have remained true to their endless task. Drawing their numbers from almost every Space Marine chapter, each is an alien killer of unproven skill in battle. So I guess kind of like Game of Thrones, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then here are some more successor chapters. But we've already I've already got our color scheme in mind. That one's kind of cool. And here are some unknown Marine foundings. Blood Ravens. So they're not Blood Angels, they're Blood Ravens. And this is cool to see this in the book because this is the chapter that was created in Dawn of War, specifically for Dawn of War. It was not canon until now. Now it's canon. So that's kind of unknown founding. So it's like, who did these chapters come from? Ultramarines? White Scars? Nobody really knows. The records have been lost. And it's really fun to read through all this. The lore in Warhammer 40K might actually be my favorite part of Warhammer 40K. Not even the game. Just fucking buying these books and reading through them. It's just great. And the artwork is just ridiculous. Some Imperial Fist. I'm not a big fan of yellow Marines. Yellow. You're yellow. All right, so now it's time to actually pick, now that we've gone through all that shit. Now, how do we pick? Well, this is the page. So we can either be a successor chapter of one of these chapters, and if we are, we get their bonuses on the battlefield. So I'll read you the bonuses here in a second. But new to 9th edition, which is really, really cool, is if we want, they give us rules for making our own successor chapters. They give a bunch of successor chapter tactics that you can mix and match. You can take one of these and put it with one of these, and you have two, and we can make our own.
Wow.
So let me first read what these are, and then we'll pick our chapter. So Dark Angels. So each time a model with this tactic makes an attack, unless that model's unit has moved this turn, excluding pile-in, which is close combat, and consolidation moves, which was after close combat, add 1 to that attack's hit roll. Unless the model has moved this turn, so if you've moved that turn, then you don't get it, right? Yeah. Each time a combat attrition, and then the second part is each time a combat attrition test is taken for a unit with this tactic, it is automatically passed. So they don't really break their morale, they don't lose men very often under pressure, and then they kind of hold fast. The stalwart descendants of the Lion are renowned for their unshakable resolve, enduring tenacity, and strict fire discipline in battle. So if you stay stationary, you're going to get +1 to your attack hit rolls. So say, for example, I'm going to roll these dice. So if we needed... damn, that was a good roll. I'm ready to fucking play, guys. I'll fucking obliterate Joe and Alex. Okay, let's just say we need 4s and above. So in this instance, it wouldn't have helped us because, you know, 2 + 1, that's 3, is still not enough. 1s are always kind of failures. Let's try again. So we would have here, we would have got 4 hits, and we would have got 1 extra hit if we chose that one. All right. Lightning Assault from the White Scars. Units with this tactics are eligible to declare a charge in the turn in which they advanced or fell back. That is really powerful because an advance is basically a normal move, but you roll a dice and you add to that move. So they can still charge after they advance. So they're going to come at you extremely fast. And when you fall back, that means in more likely than not, you're falling back because the unit that charged you is more powerful and causing you too many casualties. And so what this allows us to do is fall back, and normally you can't do jack shit. You can't fire, you can't charge, but they can then fall back and then charge. Well, why would you want to do that if you're facing a superior unit coming at you and you're facing losses? Well, when you charge, you get bonuses, and so maybe it could be that counter punch just enough to put it over that edge. Space Wolves. Each time a model with this tactic makes a melee, if that model's unit made a charge move, was charged, or performed a heroic intervention, add 1 to the hit roll. So this one is +1 to melee. Units with this tactic are eligible to perform heroic interventions as if they're characters. So that's really powerful too. Every single model in the army, or every unit in the army, are kind of are counted as characters because they can like react and like counter charge and shit. That's fucking crazy. It's gonna take us forever to go through these. Oh shit. I'll tell you what, let's cut this short a little bit and go to the chapter command. Okay. So let's figure out what units we're going to put in the army then. And then we can kind of figure out from there what we're going to need. So, well, first off, we're going to need a Primaris captain. We're going to essentially need me. So this is me. And the skull means HQ. So I can either take me as a normal Primaris captain. I can go with a master-crafted heavy bolt rifle and look more like this, which looks cool as fuck. Or I can go in Phobos armor, which looks like this, which looks lame as shit. No, it's not lame as shit. I'm just kidding. It's basically more maneuverable armor. And then we've got Captain in Gravis armor, which is even kind of heavy, kind of a heavy armor. I don't like, the one thing that I don't like about the new codex is that you don't have these nice big pictures. But at the very least, everybody gets a picture now. So it's a trade-off. In the previous one, sometimes you didn't get a picture, but now everybody at least gets a picture. So maybe I like it as a trade-off. Or I could put myself in Terminator armor. Why would I want to do that? Well, 2+ save roll. You don't kill me unless I roll a 1, or unless you're hitting me with something that is pretty powerful at, you know, piercing armor. Or you can just be a straight up normal captain, like an old school, looks like a Roman legionnaire style. Or in this, I can be a captain on a bike. See? There's so much stuff to take into account here, because let's say we themed our army after motorcycles and shit, then it changes everything, because it's like then we all want to be on fucking bikes. So you almost have to figure out the theme of your army before you start picking. So we may not actually be able to do this stream. If you give me like a day, Chad, I can think about it, and I can show you what I want and what I have questions on, and then you guys can say, yeah, that one, or no, that sounds dumb. How about this? So I think that's probably what we're going to have to do. But we could still at least go through the rest of the book together, because it's fucking awesome. So let's just go through all the units, right? So I think I'm going to go with Primaris Captain. I don't want to cost too many points. And that'll give me a 3+ save, but I will also have an Iron Halo, which is going to give me a 4+ invulnerable save. Now, an invulnerable save means you cannot armor pierce it, so it's always going to be a 4+. So as long as I can, let's say I take 5 wounds here. I just saved, oh, I took 6 wounds. So I just saved 5 and I took 1. So I took 1 wound from that attack. So six attacks hit me and I only got hit once. How many wounds do I have? 6. So I've got 5 wounds left. So I'm still pretty good. So I'm gonna go Primaris Captain, Lord, Commander, Angry Joe, Primaris Captain. Now, what is going to be even better than this is also new to 9th edition is that every character can be upgraded. And this is how I was going to upgrade me, Joe, Del, Godfoot, with this new fucking, what is it called? There it is, Chapter Command. So, for example, captains can become Chapter Masters for 40 points. Now, it's going to add 40 points, it's going to add 2 power, and you get to become the Chapter Master, like the leader of the Space Marine custom chapter. So I'm definitely going to take Chapter Master. Now, what does Chapter Master do? Well, it says right here with the Chapter Master. So what is Angry Joe going to do on the battlefield? Well, since it's just me, I'll read this. Chapter Masters are some of the greatest military minds in the galaxy. There are a few elements of strategy and tactics they have not studied and mastered. They have tested their skills against innumerable enemies. They are magnificent leaders able to inspire their warriors to acts of legendary valor. There is no task to which they will set their battle brothers that they have not completed themselves. And when they lead from the front, they wield their blades with incomparable ability, slaughtering more of the foe than any of their warriors. Abilities. A Chapter Master model gains the following abilities. Chapter Master. In your command phase, select one friendly core or character unit. So any of you guys, or Joe or Alex or something, or Godfoot, within 6 inches of me, until the start of my next command phase, so my next turn. Each time a model in that unit makes an attack, you can re-roll the hit roll. That is fucking awesome. So if I end up saying, okay, my Space Marines are firing, and I sucked at the rolls, which apparently never happened, I rolled something like that, I can be like, Angry Joe says no, he's the Chapter Master, and does even worse. Son of a bitch. No, now I'm doing it. Now I'm doing it. Now that's it. So there you go. RNG. All right. A Chapter Master is excluded from the company command rule. This means a detachment can include both one Chapter Master unit and one other captain. So that's cool. Relics and Warlord traits. You can give the Chapter Master model the Angel Artifice Relic instead of giving them a Chapter Relic. In addition, you can give them the Master of the Codex Warlord trait instead of giving them another Warlord trait. So, well, what is this shit? Well, these are exclusive, I guess, to Chapter Masters, because it's like, hey, you know, guys, I have the Codex for the Rage Marines or Angry Marines, and I have, like, our relic of the, because I keep it in the vault and I'm going to bring it out into battle. Well, what does those things do? Well, our codex, at the start of our command phase, if this warlord is on the battlefield, roll 1d6. On a 4+, you gain a command point. Let's see if I do. Yeah! I did it! I gain 1 command point. What are command points? Well, I'm happy you asked. Command points are these things that we keep track of and we spend like resources. Stuff like rerolls, special abilities, and things like that. So you always and you spend them pretty quick. So it's always good to have that. So I will take that. I'm going to carry into battle Master of the Codex. What does the relic do? Well, the relic has the bearer has a save characteristic of 2+. So even though it says that my model is a 3+ save, that is ignored and I'm a 2+. So it actually means that I don't know why you would pick a Terminator. I guess Terminators bring different weapons, because if you already get Terminator armor essentially from the relic, there's no point in being a Captain Terminator. Well, there is a point, because not everybody gets to carry this relic into battle, which gives them that. Okay. Well, and add 1 to the bearer's wounds and toughness characteristic. Well, fuck yeah. Makes me a badass shit.
Mm-hmm.
So how many wounds do I have? Remember I said it was 6. So actually now I have 7 wounds. And instead of a toughness of 4, which is frankly pretty pathetic, 5. Looking at that Terminator had 6 wounds, went up to 7, 4. So same thing. All right. So I've made myself, and that's where I'll stop, guys, because it's getting late. I mean, it's fucking 4:15 in the morning, and I need some quiet time to think about how our chapter is going to be. But I think I have a pretty good idea. Let me show you a picture. I think that fuck all these chapters, right? Because, we got to pick between all these chapters and shit. I say, screw them all. I don't want to be a successor chapter of any of these. We should be a successor chapter of a meme, the Angry Marines. Always angry, all the time. Here's one of the legendary weapons of the Angry Marines. A fucking rocket launcher that launches Angry Marines, which flick you off in battle.
It's pretty powerful.
Yeah. And here is a Marine carrying other smaller... Here's a badass Marine carrying other smaller badass Marines into battle as weapons. Okay. So reading a little bit about they're pretty bad. Always angry all the time. Anger can never be quantified. What the fuck? I just opened this. I didn't even read this. What is that? Did somebody make the Angry Marines about me? Or the Angry Marines predate my show? I don't fucking know. Or maybe they just didn't know about me. They were in fact created by some guy using the Dawn of War army penner in ye olden days of yore, suspected to be Angry Joe. No, I didn't. I know my whole thing is angry, right? But I did not create the Angry Marines. If you think I did, God motherfucking damn it, God damn it. No, I didn't. They are not Alpha Legion. They symbolize love for as well as rage. They'll let's see. Angry Marine tactics focus on getting into melee as quickly as possible and proceeding to bust open several crates of fuck you in the various directions of the Imperium's enemies. Due to this, the Angry Marines tend to have low BS, ballistic skill. By low, we mean orc low, but they have terrifically high weapon skill, strength, and initiative. There is a 9th edition Angry Marine Codex you can use. See, I don't like their color scheme, so I would want to be a successor chapter of the Angry Marines and have these fun little things written on our shit. Like, look at this. Flying. Yeah. Is that a spiked bat? Is that a fucking whirlwind firing actual Angry Marines instead of missiles? That is the best. And then the rage phase. So I'd like to do a chapter like this. There's even one model that I've seen that is using an Imperial Guard as a weapon. It's just like smacking people with an Imperial Guard. There he is. I think that's it. Oh, it's not gonna load. Oh, he's hilarious. Now I wish I created it. But we can be a successor chapter. Oh, look at that big fucking gun. I want this tank in our army. The over 9,000 tank. Fucking over 9,000. We're gonna roll up into battle with these bad boys. All right. Are you ready to see our color scheme? I'm really nervous about showing you because I want you guys to love it. First, let me show you all these. You know, all the ones in the book. And you can compare it to the ones in the book. And then I'm going to show you the color scheme. And then I'm going to end the stream. So, 15 more minutes. Here, check it out. Okay, so what is this? Black and white. Black Templars. Black and orange. Silver and blue. Blue and blue. Red. Green and black. Silver and red and gold.
More like pink from here.
Yeah. Gray and red. White. Let me get a little zoom in here. Military green. Nah. silver and blue and gold. It's kind of clash a little bit. Knights of the Raven. A lighter silver, a little bit of red accent. Blackguard looks kind of like a crayon box. He's got green, white, black, red, gray. Necropolis Hawks is white head, gold, blue, a white head. Nah, that's not us. Death Specters is a little better. Black, white kind of skull head.
Dark brown.
Yeah. Marauders, yellow. Like I told you, I'm not a fan of yellow, so we're not going to be yellow. So no Angry Marines and no Imperial Fist. Blue and blue with green accents. No, fuck Ultramarines. They're too generic. Solar Hawks, again, yellow, but this time with black and white. This one's crazy. Like a Harlequin clown-looking guy, red and white clashing against each other. Mantis Warriors are kind of unique and cool. Green and yellow. Storm Reapers. Not the worst scheme, but if you're going to go with white, then yeah, I guess. Destroyers, black and yellow, black and yellow. Rampagers, too much red. If we're going to do that, might as well go Blood Angels. Iron Lords, all right, yeah. Brazen Claws, nah. That'd be hard as shit to paint. Covenant of Fire. Orange, gold, black. Nah. These guys look cool. Black Vipers. Black and red. Black and purple. Dark Krakens. If you like Krakens, you can go. Dragon Spears. What is this? Fucking teal?
Teal.
What is that? No. Sons of Medusa. Eh. Red Talons. These guys just look like Blood Angels. Mint. Yeah. Mint. All right, two more pages. White and green. Nah, that's not our thing. We gotta kind of. How about orange and yellow? Nah. Blood Ravens are pretty cool. Ultramarines, too generic. Exorcists, red and gold and black. Nah. Black and white with emphasis on black. Nah. Off-white with red. Green with gold and white. Silver with black. Nah. Black and gray with gold. It's not too bad. The Minotaurs. These guys like murder other Space Marines. Gold and black. Red Scorpions without any red on them. And just in the logo. Two more. Brazen Skulls. Gold and blue. Nah, might as well be Ultramarines. And white Templar. So honestly, not very good colors there. So, I worked very hard to try to find a combination of colors that would scream the Angry Army. And here they are. You compare it with what you just saw. No, not going to shoot. Should I show you? No. Boom!
Yeah, that's really good.
Does that not scream fucking Angry Army?
That is pretty good.
And I would make sure that they put plenty of fucking relics on us. I just make it up like we love the relics. So all these like little awards on us and shit.
Mhm.
But of all the ones I saw in the book, this is better than that. And we would just change the logo to the Angry Army wing instead of the ace. That look good?
Yeah, that looked good. to me.
All right. We got our colors. I do have one alternate color scheme that I found online. These are pretty cool too. So you actually have to choose between these, chat. Which one do you think is better? I found this one. And this one is like, it's a silver, it's a dark silver base instead of a black base.
That looks good too. It has the green eyes as well.
Yeah, I like the green eyes. I like the way the green eyes sort of accentuate the thing, but I think it clashes just a little bit more. Both are dope. You know, we could probably just incorporate both. We could just say like, you know, we have a special legion or we have a special detachment and these guys are like veterans or something. Because look at how fucking cool this shit. Look at that. I'm going to make sure that they draw shit on our shoulder pads like that. Like,
Mm-hmm. That does look really good, actually.
so I think we found it. Here's another view of that guy.
I like the way that you inverted the shoulder pads, though. In color.
I just like the way that you have the red on the gun, which sort of matches the red on the Space Marine, and then you have the green eyes and the gold. Because the Aquila should always be gold, in my opinion. And then you've got the Aquila gold on the gun, so it matches there as well.
Mm-hmm.
I did good. All right, chat, we got our color scheme, so I shall get started on our models. So at least we got that done, chat. So we got my character. We got our color scheme. We know that Alex is going to be a librarian. So hold on, actually. Then if we know Alex is going to be a librarian, let's write that down. And let's see how much extra points it is to make him like one of those badass upgraded librarians. A chief librarian. So for me, it was 40 points. For Alex, 25 points. That doesn't seem too bad. Let's see what it does and if it's worth it. So chief librarian. Somebody could also be a chaplain. Those are badass. Yes, that's either going to be Godfoot or Joe. We don't know. Just depends on what Joe wants to pick. What is a librarian? Well, the head of each chapter's librarius can be found at the head of each chapter's librarius can be found a chief librarian. Battle scholars with vast experience and immense psychic power. They are as much invaluable warriors as they are dependable advisors. And that's true of Alex. When mastery of the warp is required, none are better equipped to deal with its turbulent nature. On the battlefield, chief librarians direct the energies of the Immaterion with unrivaled precision and power. Oh, it's hard for me to read with this camera in the way. Okay, so the chief librarian gains the following abilities. The model knows one additional psychic power chosen from their list and can deny one additional psychic power in your opponent's phase. Okay, so he can fire off 2 different things and deny things twice on your opponents because you like roll to see if you can like counter spell your opponents. All right, so they give him what? Well, they give him an you can give Chief Librarian a Neural Shroud relic instead of a Chapter relic. In addition, you can give them the Psychic Mastery Warlord trait instead of giving them another Warlord trait. So what are those 2? Well, they explain them right here. So the Psychic Mastery is add 1 to the Psychic test taken for Warlord. So that's important so that you can win out. Man, I'm rolling really poorly now. So 2 would have been boosted to a 3 and you might win. 5 goes to a 6. And then the Neural Shroud increased the range of the bearer's Psychic Hood ability to 24. Psychic Hood ability. I'm not familiar with that. So we're going to have to go over here and see what Psychic Hood even is. Psychic Hood. Each time a Deny the Witch taste is taken, like if other Psychers are trying to attack you and you try to prevent it, if the unit attempting to manifest a psychic power is within 12, add 1 to the Deny Witch test. So he can do it twice as far, trying to add 1 to the Deny the Witch test. Is that worth 25 points? Chat, what do you think? 1 to his psychic rolls and 1 to... Or no, it's add 1. Yeah, I think it's worth it mainly for the thing that gives him 2 psychic powers and 2 deny powers instead of 1. So we'll make Alex Lord Commander Angry Joe. We'll make Alex Chief. Oops, did I just misspell Chief?
Yeah, it's I and 4E.
Yeah, I was looking at chat. Chief Librarian. And so that's going to be plus 25. And what kind of librarian is he going to be? I think a Primaris librarian. So the difference, Primaris Librarian 633 445 493. Normal Librarian 633 444 393. The problem with the Primaris Librarian is he wears a cloak. But so does the normal librarian. I don't know if Alex wants to wear a cloak. We can convert the model. Primaris Librarian. Alright, so with just me and Alex in the army, let's see how many points we've already taken. $85 plus 40. 125 before I give myself weapons. Alex is... $95 plus 25, 120. So we're already at 245 points before we give weapons. Chief Librarian doesn't... I don't think he has a choice in taking different weapons. I do. Yeah, he's got no choice, but I think I have a choice in weapons. If this model is not equipped with a master-crafted power sword, its bolt pistol and master-crafted auto bolt rifle can be replaced with one of the following: 1 plasma pistol and 1 power fist, 1 heavy bolt pistol, 1 master-crafted sword, and 1 relic shield. If this model is equipped with either a master-crafted auto bolt rifle or a master-crafted stalker bolt rifle, it can be equipped with 1 master-crafted power sword. If this model is from the Dark Angels chapter or one of its successor chapters, its master-crafted auto bolt rifle can be replaced with 1 special issue bolt carbine. So I guess Dark Angels get little bolt carbines. And finally, if this model is equipped with a special issue bolt carbine and it is not equipped with a master-crafted power sword, it can be equipped with 1 power fist. So my choice basically here is, do I want a relic shield or a plasma pistol and a power fist? Well, the relic shield, I don't know what it does. Oh, there it is. That's very easy. So a relic shield would add +1, or would add 1 to armor saving throws made for the bearer. So instead, I would have a 2+ armor save. But remember, since I'm the chapter master, my save is already 2. And so I can't literally have a save of 1+. I would never fucking die. Each time the bearer would lose a wound as the result of a mortal wound, though, this is what it does in addition. So I would lose that ability. But in addition, each time I would lose a wound as a result of a mortal wound, which is like there was nothing I can do about it and it fucking ignores armor and all that bullshit, I roll a d6 and +4, that wound is not lost. So I think that's even better than an invulnerable save. So it's like, do I have that right, chat? It's better than a armor save. It's better than an invulnerable save because mortal wounds cannot normally be armor saved or invulnerable saved, but you can save against mortal wounds on a 4+. I think that's what it is. And so if that's what it is, then I want it. Yeah, that's a powerful save. Okay, cool. So how much extra is that? Well, that will be... And another cool thing they did in the codex they've never done in any of the other codex is right next to the point values in the back is they'll tell you exactly how many more points you have to spend for these various things. So remember, I wanted the relic, what is it? Was it relic shield? That's not even in here. It's the same point cost to take a lightning claw. What? I don't know how to do this. If we go to Captain, Primaris Captain, it says he comes equipped with a bolt pistol, master-crafted auto bolt rifle, frag grenades, and crack grenades. If this model is not equipped with a master-crafted pulse sword, did I just get this for free or something? If this model is not equipped with the master-crafted power sword, its bolt pistol and master-crafted auto bolt rifle can be replaced with one of the following: 1 heavy bolt pistol, 1 master-crafted power sword, and 1 relic shield. That's what I want. How much do I spend extra? I don't pay anything, huh? Or do I pay for the 1 heavy bolt pistol, 1 master-crafted power? It's just basically, if you don't want this, you get this. And I don't pay for anything, right? That's the only thing that's confusing to me about army building. Because then if I come over here, Yeah, I don't get it. You're gonna have to help me. Chat, help me. Don't I pay extra? Well, what am I paying? Because here's the captain. I'm looking for the heavy bolt pistol or the master crafted in it, or the relic shield, and it's not here. So I can't. I literally cannot pay extra. So it has to be free. Yeah, it's got to be free. Now, if I wanted that power fist, then I would have to pay an extra 10, is how I understand it. Remember, if I wanted to get that, like if I switch on over to the plasma pistol with a power fist, that's my interpretation. So, and one guy in chat is agreeing with me. So, Draconis Madden, do you play 9th edition? Okay, so if that's the case, then our army is already at 245 points with just me and Alex. And, shit. We got to put Joe and Godfoot and all sorts of people. Because what we're going to do is we're going to do 1,000-point incursions. And I think our regular game should be 1,500 till we get used to it. And then ultimately our goal is to hit 2,000-point games. Yes, you play it, but you've not seen a lot of battle yet. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, that's it for tonight. I will see you tomorrow. Well, the boys will see you tomorrow. I might see you tomorrow night when I get back after my grandma's birthday. Godfoot, thank you for hanging out with me, man.
Yeah, it's fun. Thanks for having me.
Sweet. All right, chat. Good night. Y'all have a good night and get some rest. And I'll see you here tomorrow night.
Yeah, good night.
Bye, guys.